the TennisCentric approach to consciousness. Welcome to TennisCentric 2020. In episode 1, we will explore the hitting exchange as a contemplative practice. In much the same manner that yoga or meditation might be used to empty the mind, a hitting exchange in tennis can provide the same sanctuary for the integration of mind into body, brain and body, behavior and mind, as seen from an arcing perspective, the deep observer. The idea of the hitting exchange in the tennis-centric approach to consciousness is to suspend play, simply to keep the ball in play with no reaching after to win the exchange or to end it, to prolong the hitting exchange and serve the quality in terms of power, pace, coherency, the control. Players settle into a rhythm. There's an unspoken agreement. It requires both players to be efficient, to maintain a presence of mind so the body can settle into the behaviors, and so error correction can occur at the level of behaviors. The mind is simply an observer. The energy consumed by the brain drops from about 20% to about 1% during performance, and the behaviors become fine-tuned. But more importantly, space opens up in which the proper role of the mind in terms of providing feedback and context is achieved. Basically, you learn how to interject the mind in the context of behavior without disrupting the overall patterns. As the rhythm settles in, the behaviors become more automated, the quality goes up. As the hitting exchange progresses, mind empties. The body is increasingly poised at the edge of chaos. Brain states at this point would reflect a whole brain criticality, primed for a predictive, anticipatory awareness, a cue, the incoming ball. as the rhythm settles in, the language of the exchange progresses. Players understanding load, pace, power, the acoustics, the sound of the ball leaving your opponent's strings, be part of that predictive anticipatory cue. There are semantics here, meaning, meaningfulness, a well-struck ball, a well-executed stroke. The qualitative state of each swing informs the patterns. The patterns are carried in these beta oscillations, which is essentially a beat that undulates from the cerebellum down the spinal column, informing the body of the music at hand. There's an event-related desynchronization of the beta when the expression of a stroke happens, and it's followed by the resumption of the beta band. So it's in the beta oscillations that the muscle memory is preserved. It's preserved as a qualitative state, rich in information, tied to a fractal time in which brain-body dynamics are harvested, basically. The player is really only present during the hitting exchange. The dynamic is there during the hitting exchange and at no other time, just as proprioception derives a sense of the body from interactions with the field, distortions in the tensegrity grid of the body. In terms of the evolution of the primate brain, the supplementary motor area, imagining the complexity of movement, can be related to language patterns, linguistic syntax, meaningfulness as the feel state of the stroke deepens. And all of this happens below your attentional awareness of it. So you're just an observer. In fact, the mind would be in the way of it. To get there, you have to really quiet the mind. You have to completely empty it out. So the idea of play-to-play, the idea of play-to-play will produce the high performance. You still have to address the task at hand, but the object of the game is to win. The objective is perhaps to transcend the game itself.